Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the final co-op INFINITUM quest for this particular season with a mono-strength shooter or slasher-based team. In today's video, we're utilizing Yamato and Ace as our captain. They're pretty much going to be the best captain for this particular quest. You can run stuff like the new Momo, you could try stuff like K-Dad and use mono slashes, but the upside to bringing Ace Yamato is they buff strikers, shooters, and free spirits. Now, shooters are really the only part of the quest that they buff for the missions. However, there are so many free spirit slashes in the game, you can easily fit them on the team. So, bringing Usohachi was pretty much a must-bring. Usohachi is going to remove 5 turns of damage reduction, he's going to remove 5 turns of defense up and threshold. And there's not a lot of other characters for the the slasher or the shooter-based teams that can actually do this for you. So, you really want to make sure that you have a character that can, and Usohachi was pretty much that character that could satisfy that for you. Upside to Ace Yamato is they buff shooters, and they buff free spirit, and that way the rest of the team can get buffed as well. I did put a Kainu on this team, the new 6 plus a Kainu. The main reason I did that was purely because of his defense down mechanic. A Kainu has an ability where he can set defense to 0, and this is actually very valuable to get around stuff like defense up. If the enemy has a whole bunch of defense up, you can basically just use this ability, set the defense to 0, and then you don't have to worry about it. Early on in these fights, there's like 2 turns of defense up, there's like 2 turns of threshold, all this kind of stuff. So I thought, hey, let's bring a Kainu, and we can actually bypass that. However, Kainu's special wasn't actually ready to go when we started the quest. So if you guys are running this, I would recommend taking off a Kainu. However, this was my first run, and I never actually had a chance to do that. So the team actually worked fairly nicely. However, I did have a very good friend to sort of carry me through. Now, co-op, it's basically just an RNG fest. The free spirit team that just does it very easily, whether it's this one that you see that my co-op partner is actually using, or the Gear 5 variant of it. It doesn't really matter which one you guys use. You're getting so many cooldowns this season with free spirit getting 5 of them. I believe shooters get 5 as well. I believe it's strength, dex, and quick get 3 turns of cooldown. Striker, free spirit driven get 5 turns of cooldown, and then defense and recovery styles get 2 turns. Dex and quick enemies have a rate up, and you are going to see them a little bit more often. So just be mindful of that. If you guys are doing these runs. Ace Yamato is just going to be fantastic, not only for this particular strength run, being strength shooter, because Yamato is strength and Ace is a shooter. It actually works out for your missions. So very similar to like Zoro Sanji and how they actually work as well. You can really do some fun stuff there. On top of that, they also work as the striker variant for the Dex Striker. You could run them as the Dex Striker leader because Yamato is a striker and Ace is a Dex unit. So just be mindful, that's how the game calibrates it. That's how the game understands it. So if you guys have these very powerful characters, have great captain abilities to get past very annoying mechanics like special bind and all that fun stuff, it is actually going to work in your favor. So, yeah, if you have Ace Yamato, I would highly recommend using him. On top of that, Ace Yamato buffs free spirit, and as I mentioned to you guys before, free spirit slashes are everywhere. I did try this initially with a free spirit slasher team. I thought, hey, let's just try and like be a bit big brain and maximize all of the missions in one go, but like the co-op INFINITUM just has so much going on that you really need a lot of characters that can bypass a lot of different things, and when you're funneling into a solo color and 2 classes, you're really restricting yourself, which can be a little bit of a problem when you're doing your team building. So just be mindful of that. As for the other 2 units over on the team, I brought Odin and Toki. They have very good paralysis removal, they have very good despair removal, plus you can use the treasure map Hero Guru support for 2 turns of defense up, as you guys saw right there. I actually used it to bypass the 2 turns of defense up on this stage. Their swap abilities gives you an orb buff for slashes as well, which is actually very, very powerful. Plus they can get a 1 orb if you run into like Kaido and stuff like that. You can utilize the 1 orb to bypass the barrier. Finally, I brought Okiku. Okiku's basically just here for damage reduction. As I mentioned when I was talking about Usohachi, there's not a lot of characters that can just bypass like defense up, damage reduction, threshold for this color and class combination. So if you guys have this Okiku, she's a rare recruit. I believe there's a free-to-play one as well, who's a slasher, driven slasher. You can do some fun stuff with that unit. But you really just want to get some more defensive effect utility with these particular characters. So that's pretty much why she's here. Other than that, there's really not all that much to worry about. Now, we managed to get Brook, and this is what I was saying. The Dex and Quick enemies are rated up. So you are going to see a lot more of these final bosses, whether it be Brook, whether it be Usopp. I believe Frankie's probably a little bit more rated up as well. But the ones you really want to see are Chopper, Robin, and Jinbei. They're going to make your runs just so much easier. Like, so much easier. Now, this guy said, let me handle this. I actually kept missing it when I was, like, playing the game. I didn't notice he said, let me handle it. Just, like, after a little while. But once I did, I kind of went, okay, sick. Let's let this guy take care of it. And this particular team is the team that you really want to see to help you get it done. Now, tomorrow is Thursday. My partner works the late shift, which means I will be doing a stream from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want help with these missions, I will be live running this exact team that you guys see on screen. I will be running this team to help you guys out clear your INFINITUM C missions. So if you guys want to jump into stream, I'll be putting up private codes for you guys so that way we can actually get these missions done and help you guys out with just clearing the INFINITUM C with these type missions. Whether you're using my teams, whether you're using someone else's teams, whatever you guys need to use to get the missions done, it's just going to help you guys build up as many stones as possible without continuously grinding this very annoying game mode. Co-op is just so built up around RNG, not only with the reward system based on summons and with the actual content based around a variety of different stages. It's not something you just want to continuously grind. So I would highly recommend just getting your runs done, trying to get the gems, obviously, with the Warlord stages of bringing, I believe it's Dex captains this time, co-op captains, provided your account has those 150 units. And remember, this is why farming up free-to-play characters and maxing them out is very, very valuable in co-op, because you do want to get like an attack style, you do want to get a defense style, all of that, all those missions done as well. So just be mindful of that. We managed to get very, very lucky here at actually getting Brook, because Brook can be delayed, so it's a massive upside to Usahachi, and having that defense up, damage reduction, and threshold removal was actually very, very key. But shout out to the homie that was utilizing the big bopping support team. I appreciate you. Without you, the run wouldn't have gone so smoothly. And as you guys can see, like, Akainu just like wasn't really used like at all. So as mentioned, if you guys want to substitute Akainu out for another maybe defense up remover or something like that, as long as they are a shooter or a slasher, it is going to satisfy the missions. But if they're not a shooter, just make sure that they do fall under Ace Yamato's Ace Yamato's captain ability. As for the co-op leader, just run anything that is going to be a slasher or a shooter, and ideally it has to be buffing strength. So make sure it's also falling underneath Ace Yamato's leader skill too. So make sure that it gets done too. But it's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on the stream tomorrow. If you guys need help with the quests, please don't hesitate to come on by, say hello, and get them done. Most importantly, as I mentioned, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's